My name's Gary Shallcross, and I've been invited to participate in this fourth Voice to Image program. I've written a poem based on a body of work by Patricia Pierce. This body of work involves books and parts of books that Patricia uses to make sculptures and collages. And the title of the poem is The Book Rescuer. A book no more, yet still a book. That most revered and sacred object named book, representative and holder of knowledge, key and symbol of civilization, the holy conduit through which we hear the ancients. When book is destroyed, the gods weep. The burning library in Alexandria, the burning books of Nazi Germany. We're skittish to fold even a corner of a page. We wince as a dropped book's binding breaks. The book rescuer's recontextualization is a boon to those books waiting for the trash heap with little hope. But the rescuer's work is oft misapprehended. She subjects the sacred objects to a vicious trial. The defendant is dyed, dried, distressed, waxed, withered, and wrecked, beaten, bruised, and bullied, contorted, coerced, crushed, and tortured, torn, and tinted, stripped and soaked and sutured, and then, and only then, can it be ripped, flayed, and dissected, bleached, and bound. The resurrection has already begun. The bones are covered in gold, silver, pewter, burgundy, rust, pink, and mauve. The alchemy of transforming base metals to gold is child's play for the rescuer. Hers is a more arduous task, turning the sacred into the divine. Thank you.
I'm Barbara Rockman. I've had the pleasure of working with Ilse Bohl on this ViVO project, and it's been such a pleasure. It's the third year that I've been involved with the image and poem project, a wonderful collaboration. So I spent a long afternoon in Ilse's studio talking to her and wandering among her inspiring works. And then I came to the gallery and sat on the floor for almost 2 hours in front of this particular piece. And what flooded into my writing were childhood memories, the news of the refugees, the news of terrorism and war in the world, thinking about girlhood and what women do to survive in the world. And this is the poem that resulted. It's called What Women's Hands Make of White Matter. A woman unearths what's rooted, scrapes dirt from what she will cut to meager stew. Into an iron sink, she unloads potato, onion, leek. Nails split with starch and stink, fingers rich as tubers. In a yard, a girl packs snowball after snowball until she's amassed a wall, a room from which she will watch nightfall. A woman in a cobbled alley shreds sheets she will crumple and press into bomb-ripped flesh, what will redden as she bends to the fallen. Somewhere, a girl unravels a paper ball studded with sequins. Cake and song, long white strips ribbon the floor as trinkets fall. A tiny soldier, red star, miniature scissors. In a makeshift village, another pulls pillows from under the heads of the dead, what she will plump and slip beneath the living. In the city, a sculptress mixes pulp and seeds, dries paper, she will crush and shape. Rusting peonies, spent boutonnieres, settled into a vase. On a wind-whipped plain, a mother in a tent packs down fur, lint. What will mattress her infant? Unwritten pages, wings bound to her back. Above, a surveillance of clouds that swell and shrink like searchlights, sweeping imminent danger, possible relief.
I'm Morgan Farley, and I was paired with Linda Pecos Clark, who painted the marvelous painting behind me called Entropy Liquid. All of Linda's paintings have entropy in the title. This is a theme that she has followed through many sequences. And so, of course, that's what I chose to write about. And I looked into entropy and discovered that it's a process of deterioration and disorder in a closed system. And after talking with Linda and discussing her process with her, I realized that she really engages very vigorously with the process of entropy in the physical world of the painting. And she does that in order to engage with it in the social world and in the soul. The art of entropy. She speaks in silver leaf, marble dust, geometries of blue. And always the shapes mean more than they say, or less. Always the paint drips, breaks down, loves what does not last. Entropy undoes the world, undoes the art, yet she courts it with thrown turpentine, with crumpled plastic dragged across the grain. Disorder drives her. She flirts with chaos, drapes it in Italian gold, undresses it to nakedness. She is searching for something that might hold. A pattern meaning rest, a God inside the cloud.
I was luckily paired with Warren Keating. My name is Elizabeth Raby, and I'm very honored to be part of this project. I spent a lovely couple of hours with Warren looking at his paintings, deciding what I felt was important about them and about his process, which is fascinating. We hurry through our lives intent on our business. In the images Warren captures, he makes us last forever, although we don't realize we have been caught, still anonymous, but everlasting in his paintings. Moment. Someone passes beneath the Parisian balcony, is captured in a nanosecond click of the camera. The unsuspecting passerby will never know he is now immortal, at least as long as his pixelated image exists, transformed in bright oils onto canvas in an ever-intensifying swirl of detail. Most of us leave even less of ourselves behind, unknown but to our own small circle. But don't you see, we matter, we make a difference, a brief shadow on the pavement beneath the brim of a hat, a forward step in a shiny brown shoe, under a bright sky or in pouring rain. Here we are on our unique and only journey. Won't you stop? Look, think about him, about you, about us, before we pass forever out of sight.
My name is Darrell Williams. I'm going to be reading a poem called Excision, based upon a work of Vincent Faust by the same name. Vincent works in steel and industrial materials and brilliant colors, and he contrasts that with some of the more somber tones of the landscape. And so the two fit together in a beautiful way. Excision. Cut from steel, hammer, anvil, fire, pounded, twisted, bent into a skeleton. I gaze through ribs, thorax, chrome yellow. It will not melt into the desert floor like faded bones of a frightened deer or iris arc into the ochre cliff. It stands firm, strong, defiant against soft hills forged in fire on their own ancient anvil, now dissolved into the arroyo with each cool summer rain, or garlanded under velvet of new snow until both cascade, rivulets destined for some faraway place. It tests my strength. I cannot lift it, turn it in my hands, capture hidden glints, only look from a distance, ponder meaning hidden in a lifeless shell, created by a sentient being.
My name is Mike Burwell, and I wrote a poem to Barry Brown's piece, Then to a Distant Shore, right here. This is the third poem I've written to one of her pieces, and we're a good team because I'm really intrigued by the depth she gets out of this medium. I've had fun writing stories to these pieces. So my poem is called The Shore Will Open. Spring, dawn's touch rubs clouds gray, then pink. Sleeping dunes rattle with first wind. Tide flats open, round memory back to a softer time, pushing out the barren muscle of inland winter. So the man traveling here leans to the motion of seagrass, abandons his mountain life, wanders nights with a lantern through the dunes.